Good morning, beloveds. This is Karen from Manna Delight. Happy full moon. I have a message and then I have a reading. So the message is just important as the reading. So yeah, if you absolutely do not want to listen to the message, then the reading is at the end of it. However, the download that I got for First Wave Twin Flames, and the reason why I say First Waves is because you may be listening to this and not really fully resonate with being completely done with all of your stuff and ready for union, and perceiving that you're already in union. And because I do still have and do readings for individuals who have some more healing work that needs to be done. If you do not resonate to being a first wave twin flame, if there are not things that have transpired where you feel close to physical union, then you're most likely a ways away from that and not a first waver. So the message that union is here, and since I am first wave, the majority of the messages are for first wave, like it's here, it's coming. But if you still have work to do, if you feel as if you're not close to union at all, like let's say both of you are married and there's just, it's sticky, it's messy, it has to happen. You're not close to union, not physical union. And physical union is not the end-all be-all to union. Because you can be physically united with your twin, living together, off and on relationship, dating, having sex with your twin. You can be doing all of those things. It does not mean that you are in union. Harmonious union, because there's a lot that are together but they're still working their mess out. It's not harmonious. It's not the sacred union as of yet. That is the event, and as we know, we are in anticipation of that. So wanted to clarify that, because like I said, if you have, like when I'm talking about karma, first wavers have cleared all of their karma, which means you do not resonate to that man-made thinking, because that is what we needed here. It goes along with the fear. And all of this worked in tandem. Yeah, now we should be releasing all of our fears, and there is no reason for fear, and we should always embrace and choose love over every situation. However, fear was here. I mean, if we could imagine what Earth would be if there was no fear and everyone was running amok and did what they want. So there's a need for certain things, and there was a need for karma. There is no need for that. First wavers have cleared all of their karma. However, if you are not a first waver and are still dealing with karmic issues, that is the stage that you are at in your journey. Does not mean that you are any less of a person because you are what stage you're at your journey is what stage you are at your journey. And that's just the way that it is. And if you have more things that you have to clear, if there's things that, you have to heal, connections you need to make, timelines that need to be rewritten for you, whatever it is that needs to happen, your soul is pushing you to get these things done and for you to come into harmonious union. And everyone is at a different stage. Some of us are first wavers where we have done all of our stuff. It's done. So this message is for the first waver. So if you're watching this, you don't really resonate to you're done with all of your stuff and you're ready, completely ready, then you're most likely not a first wave, and there's just some things that you need to do. And following your intuition and listening to the twin flames out here that you resonate most with, and healers that you resonate most with, and getting your things completed so that you can as well. This is what your soul's pushing you to do. So if your intuition led you here to me, this message is for first wavers. However, I am a true twin flame, and I do know and resonate to the ones that are true twin flames out there. So if you do need anything, I leave my information below. If there is something that is going on within your dynamic that I don't personally deal with, then I will refer you to the true twin flame that I know that can help you for whatever it is. So, anyway, so the message that I got for first wavers is that we made it. And it was a beautiful little message, and just, we've made it. We did it. We've made it to the end. I heard that it's done, it's finished, union's here, and that's why we have the union celebration circle. But after I heard that message, the next day, I heard, I seen 2 confirmations of that. I was watching a movie, and the graffiti, there was some graffiti, and it flashed on the movie, and it was, "We did it!" Exclamation point. And the writing was in all caps, black spray paint. And then, if you guys have the YouTube app, you know that you can scroll like your home page, and I don't know if it does it on like a regular computer or not. But now they're starting to play the video whenever you're scrolling, and you can see the closed caption text going on. So it was, and I was just scrolling through home because they give you recommended videos. And as I was scrolling, one started of this guy and his partner, and they were walking somewhere. And so I'm just seeing the text go, and I'm looking at the other 2 videos down below as well. But across that text that was going, it said, "We made it, we made it, we made it," 3 times. So that was confirmation of my message. And this is what has happened to me throughout my journey, is that if I get a message, it always gets confirmed. And so then when it gets confirmed, I know it is a message. It's a clear message. And it's not just for me. It's for the first wave twins. We made it. So I wanted to give you that encouraging, inspiring message that if you're a first waver, it really is done and finished, and we really are here. And the message is to prepare for union, to get ready. They're in process, and it's just like a cake. I used to bake, and I've used that analogy. It's just not done yet. And so that's it. But exciting times are ahead. This full moon is exciting. It's a powerful full moon. I would expect for you to have things revealed to you, some things that have been hidden to you throughout this full month from April 29th to May 29th. If you follow me on my Facebook page, Manna Delight, there is a message on there from Laura Etheridge on my page of the full moon. And I would suggest that you guys read that. I resonate to it. And it's about April 29th to May 29th. And so this whole period is about truths being revealed. So I would pay close attention to your dreams and the messages that are coming through. And look for confirmations. It's just something that's always happened for me. So I kind of have set the intention and expect a confirmation to come through any message that I'm receiving. So, yeah, that's what this is about. And truth's being revealed also to the divine masculine. and the divine masculine energy that is within you as well. And some of the things that have been going on is the releasing of that. It wasn't really a dream. Sometimes when I'm in and out of sleep state, it's not really a dream. They're more like images and flashes within my third eye. And I seen my twin's face disgusted and mad and just put out. And so the message I got with that as well was that they're being pushed to their breaking point. And it's almost a disgusted feeling. It's like a nauseated feeling and discontented. And that's what happens within a given situation. You're shown, I don't want that anymore. That's no longer serving me. And so you choose better. And that's what's happening for the divine masculine now. They're disgusted. They're at a breaking point. They're being pushed to that point. Like, okay, you don't really see how bad this is yet. How bad it is that you're not choosing yourself and how bad it is. So here's that disgustedness. And so it's them getting sick of the way things are going. And it's not enough. And I don't deserve it. And anyone else's energy that's not their true twin is going to start to disgust them because that is not their truth. So that's the message I received regarding that as well. I also got the message with the April and May thing that April showers bring May flowers. So the seeds in that I feel that have all been planted up through January, the blue moons in January, and all of those things have been lining us up, the March equinox, leading us up to all these intense energies in April. And May is May flowers. May is when we're going to start to see the seeds that we've planted poke through and start to blossom and start to bloom. So a very beautiful spring message within that as well. And I feel it very intensely. With this full moon, with it being powerful, I have been tired, really tired, just because I know we're doing a lot. I know my divine masculine twin is doing a lot. I know the divine masculine within me is clearing, and I have been doing some more clearing work. Just getting the divine masculine, helping the divine masculine to release that. These last bits of whatever, of being pushed towards union. So they're being pushed to get their work done, and they are working very hard. So don't ever think that your twin is not working towards union, regardless of what you're seeing in the physical. I don't believe, I've always said this, I don't know if I've ever come out with a message regarding this, but I'm sure I have in some video. And if you have heard this before and can verify it, say, yeah, you've heard you say that before, Karen. Let me know in the comments, because I don't know if I have brought this message out. But it's something that I fully believe. And it is the truth of what really is going on within and with your twin when you can't relate to them physically. I feel like your true twin is just not there. Like, there's all kinds of things, and there's some technical things regarding clones and false overlays and false twin energies and just things like that, and our codes being stolen, our abundance codes, our true twin codes being stolen. There's all of that. But in simple terms, the epiphany that I got was that our twins are not in this body, because through my whole course of this, which it's going on 3 years, real close to 3 years, I have had some interactions with my twin, and there's points when she's clear and she's lucid and she's channeling our union. And then there's times when she's not. And I get frustrated with that. But the truth of that is that during those times that your twin has reached out and connected with you, that's your true twin there. They're in that body, and they are coming through because there's a message that they need to get to you. There's a connection that they need to make with you. You know, there's times, you know, where your twin has reached out and you've gotten together and whatever's happened between you, and then boom, all of a sudden they're back to the old behavior. It's because they needed to make that connection at that time, but throughout the other times they are not in that body. Like, I feel like they are off in other dimensions, on other timelines, going back for the things for the journey. Either they're picking up keys in another dimension, or they're healing this, or they're rewriting this timeline. So they're always busy doing something, and they're not really in this physical body. That this body is like soulless, like it's a 3D, a total, absolute, complete 3D egoic version of this person, and it's steeped with that old masculine, and it stinks. And so you get to the point where you can't watch it anymore. You don't want to look at it. It's like really, you're still dealing with that, or you're still saying that. That's not my twin, because your twin is you. And so if it disgusts you, this behavior, it disgusts your true twin too. And that's what I felt like those flashes that I was getting, was just disgusted by the whole thing, disgusted by the old masculine, disgusted by the behaviors and that. And you want to change. When you're sick of something, like, you're done. And they're being pushed to that, and being pushed to see that. And its veils are lifting this month completely. And things are going to start popping up through the ground, and truths are going to be shown. And that's just the message of it. So anyway, I hope that doesn't confuse you, but there's several aspects of your twin, but there are certain things. There's times when you're not dealing with your true twin, like your true twin is not there. And they've either been suppressed, and, you know, and what you're dealing with is the 3D shell. And it's absolutely okay to be disgusted with that 3D egoic old masculine shell that is not your true twin. And then it's okay to be like, okay, I can't do that. That's why physical separation is mandatory. Because you could be like, no, that disgusts me. That behavior disgusts me, and I don't want to watch it, and I don't want to be around it. Because you want your true twin, and that's who you're going to come into union with anyway. So that's why when you hear these messages that when they come back, they're going to be totally different. They are, because that's going to be your true twin, completely, fully. No more work to be done. They're totally there and fully, completely. And it's harmonious. So anyway, that was something that I have had an epiphany about for a very long time, and it explains the whole behavioral thing that we've been seeing with the twins. And it's not the distorted thing, is that, oh, that's not your twin, as far as, you know, people think, oh, well, that's not my twin. That's got to be a false twin because they're doing this, that, and the other. They're acting badly. Well, of course they are. Of course they are. Just like you were behaving badly before you woke up. I mean, it's not any different than that. But people try to say, oh, no, they're a narcissist. And they're, you know, yeah, they may be. But this is how we heal those things. It doesn't mean that they're a false twin. I just don't resonate to that whatsoever. Yeah, your true twin can't lie to you. Your true twin can't do all that. But this person standing in front of you that's not fully encapsulating my true twin from head to toe, they're going to act up. So Anyway, that's my philosophy on that. That's my belief on that. But we're going to do a full moon reading as well with this message. But I wanted to come out and encourage you with those messages. We did it. We made it. Union is really here. And the pain is over. But if you are still on the journey and you are going through pain and healing, I can tell you that it's not going to be as bad as what the first waivers have went through. And it will happen very quickly for you. But there may be things that need to be dealt with. And if you are feeling like that and want to know what they are, I absolutely can tune in and find out what these things are for you. And we can clear them. So if you need any help, this is the last day for the Aries $33 reading special. Tomorrow we start with Taurus. And Taurus, if you're a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, your special reading price is $33 for the month. And I do just leave all of my information below if there's anything that I can do and help you. All right, so full moon, pink moon, huge moon, closing out April, coming into May, where the flowers are. We would like a message, please. We would like a message. Ooh, Three of Wands. I seen the Three of Wands earlier when I was shuffling. This is exactly what I was saying. This is like a great card, Three of Wands. This is the universe saying, you're ready. You're waiting at the harbor. You got your partnership, which is the Two of Wands. If you picture the Two of Wands, he's holding the world in his hands. You're just waiting at the harbor. It's waiting for the cake to get done. That's all it is. But we should never always just be in this state of waiting. That's another message. We should constantly be moving forward and working towards something and not standing still and not doing anything. Just waiting, just waiting, just waiting. Unless that's your guidance. To just sit back and just not move forward and do anything. I personally feel like I need to continue moving forward. I am too impatient to just sit around. Okay, the Divine Masculine energy. The Hermit. Yes, indeed. Masculine challenge. Ooh-wee. Yes, indeedy. The Tower. How the masculine sees us. Ooh. Three of Swords. And what they're projecting towards us. Five of Swords. Feminine energy. Completing a cycle. Ten of Wands. Feminine challenge. The Fool. The feminine sees the masculine as working. And what you're projecting, the Queen of Swords. Yes, very much so. Nice, y'all. Okay, now I'll set the Three of Wands here. So, right on the money energies. Hermit. They're in hermit mode, and they will stay in hermit mode. So if you have been like together with your twin, or you've been hearing from your twin, or maybe, you've recently something's happened where you're not, and they've closed off because they need to be in this hermit mode right now. They will stay in hermit mode until they're ready. They're going within. They're seeking the light. They're really dealing with their stuff. So to me, this means that you're not going to see evidence of your true twin in this person. They're deep in there. They're deep on their soul's path. Just not in this 3D reality. their challenge, pushing them to their breaking point, like I've been saying. Pushing them to their breaking point. This is the universe coming in and doing for you what you have not been able to do for yourself. They're being pushed. I love when the cards completely line up with my message, what I've already said. This is what I'm talking about getting confirmation of what you're hearing. This is sudden change. This is quick. This is the universe coming in and saying, pow. Three of Swords is how the masculine sees the feminine. I feel like this is guilt to me. I got a low battery warning and this sucker is plugged in. Give me one quick second just to see what's going on. Okay guys, the power strip wasn't plugged in all the way. I apologize. Okay. This represents guilt. This represents, now you guys remember this. If you've been following me, I'm getting the same message that I got before. This is the guilt of the heartbreak, of what the masculine knows they have put you through. Because a lot of them have done that. A lot of them have rejected you. And the reason for that was because that was the soul pushing you away. It's not ready yet. It's not time yet. And so they're pushing you away. But they've caused some heartache for the feminine, you know, because they've come in and then they've left, or they've gotten with someone else, or they've just totally pushed you away. And they know that they have driven these swords into your heart. And there's that guilt there. I feel like they will be apologetic. I don't feel like the feminine should demand that, because it was all part of the journey and all part of the pain of the lessons that needed to happen. But what they're projecting towards us is this. This is a battle. This is someone in a battle. This is someone who has won. And they're walking away from the battle with their three swords. The Three of Swords. Trying to get good lighting, guys. The Three of Swords that they feel as if they have driven into your heart. And it doesn't mean in this lifetime either. There are times where in other past lifetimes you have hurt each other. And so these might be some things, these three swords might be some things that they've done in this time or past lifetimes, but they've went off and fought the battle. Just like I was saying, they're off doing what they need to do. They're rewriting things. They're redoing things so that you can come into harmonious union. So they went off and got these three swords of the pain that they have caused you, because they do feel badly and they want to be apologetic and they want to make it up to you. And there are some things that energetically needed to be dealt with, and that's what they're off doing. So we can't be mad that you're looking at this person, your true twin is not there, because your true twin is off doing this. Fixing it, rewriting it, pulling the swords out of your heart. And I got this message before when these two cards came out, because he's holding three swords. And it's a beautiful message. And I think that was August or September of last year. If you follow me all the time, you will remember this message, I hope. But it did come through, and I'm getting it again for this one. It's beautiful. Beautiful message. This is the divine feminine's energy, and rightly so. We are closing out this cycle. we've got these 10 wands that we have been carrying, the burdens, the responsibilities of all of this, and we are heavy laden with that. But this is a closing out of this, and we're coming into our challenge of 0 point. So when you go from 10 to 0, this is this new beginning, which we've been getting this message of coming through. And the challenge for this is, when this happens, we have to be in this state of taking a leap of faith. We have to be in the state of, okay, this is 0 point. We're starting completely fresh, brand new, being nonchalant, being carefree, and not being so harsh or doubtful. This guy is optimistic. He's like, he's youthful. He's happy. He's nonchalant. He's like, I'm going for it. I'm jumping off of here. So to be more carefree, I feel like, and I always notice the white rose, which is about innocence and purity, and the dog is about playfulness and loyalty, and he's white as well. So this is the challenge for you to become more carefree and not being like wringing your hands, waiting by the phone, you know, things like that. Just being like carefree, nonchalant. What's another word? I need a thesaurus. Just carefree, just nonchalant, childlike, innocent, following your heart, taking a leap of faith, jumping off a cliff, staying in this 0 point, going in the flow, staying in this moment of it is what it is. If you put expectations on there, if you're being impatient, if you're being ungrateful, no. Be in this state of you're just going with the flow and you're just ready at any moment to jump. That's the message and challenge here. So you are seeing the masculine as putting in the work. You do see them working hard on something. You can tell that they are going through something and that they are working hard towards it. So that's beautiful that you can actually see that they're not just idly sitting by. They are working and doing things. And what you're projecting is the Queen of Swords, which I feel this energy with a lot of you is, I'm done with that. I'm not doing that no more. I've cut you off. Like earlier when I was talking about, I'm not watching that anymore. I cannot deal with you, whatever, rejecting me, ignoring me, talking, nonsense. I'm just done with it. And so I feel like a lot of you have cut that off, have been kind of blunt, maybe have been kind of harsh and just said, I'm done with that. I'm not doing it anymore. And may have been cutting, and some of you have walked away and cut off the relationship and just said, find me when you get it together, or when you're ready to leave that alone, let me know, and have kind of been like this. But I feel like this is mandatory sometimes, because it's like I can keep on putting up with this shit, or I can say I'm not going to put up with that shit anymore. I'm going to go do me and be happy and live like this, going with the flow, staying in the moment and not giving a real care of what's truly going on. I can stay like this. And if cutting you off and cutting you out helps with that, then that's what I want to do, because I'm just at that point. And we really are at that breaking point. We're at that breaking point of, there's something that really, really has to give here. But so this is what it looks like on the outside. Okay. This is what's happening behind the scenes. So I feel like behind the scenes, the Divine Feminine is still keeping them cut off because they're doing this. This is what's happening on. Things are being shook up over there, and we have to stay in this state and not rushing in, because you see she's faced the other direction as well. She's standing firm in her truth, and she's faced the other way, which means do what you have to do over here. I'm standing firm and not accepting any negative, wrong behavior anymore. I just want the true twin. I just want to have that and not this foolery anymore. So the Divine Feminine is standing strong. No, this is how you do it. This is what you do. You cut people and things out of your life. You speak your truth. You are blunt and to the point. No passive aggressiveness, no wishy-washy, no I don't want to hurt your feelings. No, this is what you need to do. This does represent you also projecting towards your masculine. It's time for you to cut that karmic relationship off as well, because this is the divorce. King of Swords and Queen of Swords, when I see them, I see divorce. And so some of you could be demanding that because it is something that does still need to happen. No, you need to let that karmic relationship go because this is the one that your soul is pushing you towards. And so you're standing firm in that as well. All right, is there something that we want to clarify? Do we want to clarify the Tower for the masculine? Yeah, let's clarify the Tower for the masculine, please. Sudden changes. Sudden changes in the home. Communication. That's like knowledge to me. And then we have the Child. So I feel like this represents some of them putting maybe their children first before this as well, and not wanting to do some things because of the children. But this is just reinforcing the home and the family and all of that. But this communication is a letter, so this is information. So this is what I'm talking about being truthful, or the truths being revealed to them, or them coming in and saying, okay, no, this is the truth. Like, this is the Four of Wands to me. This is just children in general, but it represents family and home. Because any of the Ten of Cups or Four of Wands, you see children in the background. The Ten of Pentacles, you see children in the background. So they're part of us, and we have children. We have angelic children as well as biological. So this is information coming in. So truth about where their home really is, who their children really are, because I don't know if most of you know this, maybe most of you do know this, but your children that you have, regardless who biologically you had them with, your twin is their true parent. And so they will come to that realization as well, that, okay, yeah, those are really my children. And I've heard several stories about that, and I know that I've mentioned that before because I've heard stories of that where little kids, you know, they just look at your twin like deer in headlights, or that they've just seen Santa Claus or something, because they recognize, and there's a bond between those children. And if you look real hard, you can see your twin in your child as well. And I do myself have that synchronicity with my daughter. So this is the truth of who their family really is, where their home really is what this tower represents. Of this is the shaking up point. So this is the actual waking up. This is the universe coming in and say, no, that's your family. What you thought was isn't. And so that information coming in to shake them up. We got the beautiful message about that. Let's clarify on the feminine side real quick. Let's clarify the energy and challenge up there, the wands and the fool for the feminine. So it's just verifying, be a fool for love. Union, historic, 17 is the union number. This is new beginnings and upgrades and improvements. Brand new beginning. And abundance. So this is you taking a leap of faith, but this 0 point is bringing you all of these things. This flow, this 0 point, this releasing of everything else and just going with the flow and being nonchalant is ushering in all of these things. This is the divine masculine in love. He's holding a rose. And he's looking all forlorn. And so this is the divine masculine. Fish represents abundance. And this represents union. So staying in the flow, the 0 point flow, going with the flow, allowing the masculine to finish what they need to do and come to you, and staying in the flow is what this is your challenge right now, and this is what this full moon period is all about. Okay, kids. So I will pull a Wisdom of the Oracle. Didn't have these out. Just to seal the deal here of the message. And I hope you all have been seeing my weekly specials. I've been doing weekly specials for 11/11. I'm going to be coming up with some more of those as well. Because they help people who are financially strapped. They help me. They're smaller readings, so I can get quite a few of them done. So I like doing those. So I'm doing those weekly. Doing different ones. I've already done a question. You could send a question, and I did a reading. So be on the lookout for those. If you aren't following me on Instagram, do so. I do some specials through there as well. I do go live on there with meditations. My page with all of my prices and where you can message and book an appointment is my Facebook page, Manage Light. I leave that link below as well. So, yeah. Lots of things. Okay. Coast Redwood. Coast Redwood. Beautiful. You see that big old eagle up there too? That is an eagle. Nice. Okay, I'm going to read this. Well, and I have my water here. Took a drink. I don't know if y'all have been dehydrated or not too, but I have been dehydrated. Okay, Coast Redwood. Growth. Have the courage to be the person you know yourself to be. Do not be afraid to excel because you're worried about showing how exceptional you really are. Do your very best in both trivial and important matters. Life brings many joys, but it can also bring challenges. Do your utmost to rise to them and reassure yourself with the knowledge that you have encountered them for a reason and your soul has matured and developed as a result. So you've grown, and you've grown into this place where you can now jump and take a leap of faith. You've released your doubts and your fears, and you know that this is coming in for you and that when it shows up, you're going for it and you're going to jump. This is the growth of where you've been. But don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to be this in the flow, casual being. Just go for it. Don't hold back. That's the message of that, and that's the message of this Coast Redwood. Do not be afraid to excel. Don't be afraid to show how exceptional you are. Do your best. Always do your best. All right, y'all. So, beautiful message. Beautiful message. I love that we got this repeated message because I believe it's the truth of what they're really going and doing. And they're still in hermit mode and will be, but they're going to come out. They're going to come out. We're just waiting for the cake to get done. But this is the universe saying, you're so ready. You're ready. It's here. You made it. You did it. Just waiting for the cake to get done. And then it's dessert time, y'all. All right, I love you very much, and if you need me at all, please do not hesitate to reach out. I am here for all twins, and that's part of my mission, and that's what I do here, and it is my job, and I enjoy connecting with all of you, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Namaste.